Welcome back, people. Welcome back. Welcome back on this beautiful Friday evening. My name is Fabrice. I'm the best grassroots centre back you'll ever see in your life. And next to me is probably the best striker, stroke talker, stroke MC, stroke media mogul that's ever been on this platform. Yes, I've said it. Yes, I've said it. And again, thank you to everyone that's tuning in. My name is Tabrice. Let me repeat again. My name is Tabrice, the best grassroots centre back. And next to me, I've got Shugsy, the media mogul, the straight talker, the straight shooter, the hammer to the nail. What's going on, sir?
Yo, bro. One question I've got to ask you is, are we doing Black Man time?
Listen, okay. Wait, hold on. Wait, okay. So, yes, the show should have started at 9:30. I was out, and Shugs, you was there early, 15, 20 minutes early, and then I've come in, and then like you've said, Tabrice, man, like you're looking at like slightly wavy. I said, no, it's
waving. He's waving.
It was a family, celebration. So, but again, listen, I've got to be professional here, and this kind of conversation, this like show, eagerly anticipated, especially after kind of last week's comments, and and again, I just want to say, Shugs, man, again, thank you for like being prompt, thank you for being professional, and thank you again being on the show. Hey, like, shall we just go straight into it?
Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go. We coming with fire. Let's go.
Okay. So, let's just kind of recap regarding last week's show.
Yes.
Shugs, there's a kind of few things that I know that you want to talk about. Please take the floor.
I mean, to be honest, like, first of all, I thank all the comments that came in, because I took them all positively. I think Tabrice was the same, and it was very encouraging that people are giving back their feedback, because a lot of what one person will speak is their opinion. So when you get different viewpoints, it makes the picture clearer. It may clear up some things you wasn't aware of. It makes things a lot more to the point. So yeah, can't knock. Someone put a comment up in there already.
I know.
What's wrong with these things? They don't play with you. Yo,
be on time tomorrow. Jesus Christ.
That's it. I know. I'm with them there. Like, I wanna like go against them, but I have to go against you for this one. But we're gonna take it on the chin. You know what I'm saying? Don't be like Amir Khan. He's chinny. Take it on the chin. Stand up. But anyway, So it was good coming back. Yeah, it was good to hear what people had to say and know what they thought. And to be honest, it was all positive. So definitely, I think there were some key points that came up, and a lot of them related to the cup games that were going on. First being with Hollington versus Kauai. The champions versus, I think, Kauai are about fourth or fifth in the table. Don't quote me on that. So Kauai, don't come at me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where you are, but I just know you didn't get promoted. So, hopefully you do that next season. What was the score for that?
4-2 to Kwamia.
There you go. And that in itself is a wake-up call for Hollington, because you've had a great season. You've achieved the main goal, but sometimes a loss teaches you much more than what a win will teach you, because you can get away, you can overlook a lot of bad habits and a lot of bad scenarios. If you win, you can overlook them. And it's a conversation I had with someone earlier this week. Like, people only really hear out the bad things when they lose. When they lose, anything you did wrong, I'm gonna let you know about it. When they win, don't worry about it, man. Next time, you know what I mean? You didn't pass for that ball, don't worry about it. Or you were late, don't worry about it. But, you know what I mean? That's when you win. But when you lose, And I think this is a wake-up call for them that they were beaten by a team that they've most probably beaten this season. Well, they definitely haven't lost to. And one, they're now targets. Beat Hollington. And it's like it's made your season. It's like what happened to Independent. Beat Independent, it was like we are going places. You know what I mean? This shows that we can compete. So they had a wake-up call in that. And then there was the Catford game. And that score
4-2.
Another 4-2, yeah?
Yeah, and
do correct us if we're wrong with your scores, by the way.
Hey, I was there, and you know, Santos were 2-0 up and cruising at like one stage, and like Catford got like one back just before half time.
Okay.
But I mean, again, you know, Catford were playing some really good stuff, and the moment they kind of got the one just before half time, I think that kind of just instilled the like belief that they could not only compete, because you know everyone knows that Catford can compete with the best, but like, you know, they literally believe that, you know, that the result wasn't running away, and again, they literally deserve to win. Santos looked literally out on their feet. They kind of looked like they were playing as individuals, which was very, you know, strange to see. But I mean, again, Catford made them play like that. They you know, again, they kind of competed with like every ball, and again in the key areas, they like hurt Santos. And again, like now, like Catford are in a League Cup final, and I know in terms of what like people, one of like the comments was literally why, you know, why like do we think Catford would be favourites in Division 2 and not Hollington? And again, like these like results have you seen, you know, Hollington got beat by Kwame and Catford beat Santos. That's the reason why we're saying that, you know, literally Santos are favourites, because again, they've been in their division. They, you know, they've like been around the block. And again, you know, I personally, I kind of literally stand by what I said.
100%.
And again, honestly, like I really think that Catford are literally gonna win silverware 100%. I can't see them losing for that final. You know, if they can play like that on a bigger pitch, yeah, like they will kind of definitely beat their opponents. And I believe that. Please correct me if I'm wrong. You know, anyone from like Catford listening, please let me know. I think you guys are playing. Actually, you know, let me not even guess. I think you're playing Glebe. Please, correct me if I'm wrong.
In the first division.
Yes, Glebe in the first division. So, but hey, I mean, again, you know, I know that was kind of one of the comments that, you know, we kind of wanted to just kind of get out, and literally there was kind of something else as well that you want to talk about.
Oh yeah. First of all, I just wanted to big up my boy T from Catford. Ty, he playing up front. I didn't even know he was back from injury, because I knew he was injured. He's got that saying. What did he say? He said on one of your video. He said, "I'm gonna make you hold that L respectfully." Yeah, he's back playing. I didn't know he was playing, so I have to big you up, because that's what I do. I love to show love, especially to the brother them. But yeah, he scored in that game, and he said he's been doing well. He's fit now, so big you up, and hopefully you finish the season strong. Okay, Glebe or
Metrogas.
So they still have to play their game.
I think Catford would, Catford would probably more likely want to play Metrogas than Glebe, if we're kind of going by like table. But again, you know, both like teams are in the first division, so you know it's not going to be easy either way. But you know, I'd say Glebe would probably be favourites to actually win that game. But like in a kind of final on a kind of big and wide pitch, Catford can let you hurt anyone. So
ain't Hollington also in another semi? I think they're playing Cray.
They're playing Cray in the Beckenham And
That's
Beckham's.
right.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, Beckham. Yeah,
So that was going
yeah,
to be interesting as well. Okay, you said I want to bring another point.
yeah.
Yeah, it's really simple, really. I mean, I spoke about vet teams that bring ex-pros into their teams, and it came apparent that people thought I was being specific to one team. I actually wasn't. I was actually talking about teams in general. One, because I know that there's more than one. There's quite a few teams that have ex-pros or players that have played at a very high level, and also my knowledge of football. What people have to also remember is I've played at a very good level, so I'm aware of what goes on in and around football. So when I make comments about that, it's not specific to one team. So
And actually,
if I
Shugs.
take,
So wait, hold on. So what level have you played at? Come on, Shugs. I know that you want to say.
no, I don't. It's not about me. It's not about me. That's for another day. It's not about me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, I want to know then. Like, just like
Okay.
name a couple of teams.
Oh, I've told you a couple. I told you like Bromley, Croydon Athletic, Croydon. We leave it at that. There's others, but we're not going to go into it.
Carry on.
I know you want more, but you ain't getting
no,
more.
No. Again, I just
Okay,
want to, just kind of verify your kind of top hat status. But it's cool. Carry on.
I'm just a humble young man. Young man, aging young man. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So really, yeah. As I said, if any team thought I was talking about a team, I wasn't. I was just talking about the ethos, the way teams operate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel in England, there's a certain way teams operate, and I've experienced that from youth level all the way up to adult. I'm still experiencing the same things in the vets. Like, I played for maybe 3 different vets teams, and you see how the operations haven't really changed. And I think it's just the mindset. I think it's the British way of doing it. Like, you go to certain countries like America, for example, and literally they have open trials like a summer. Before the preseason, they'll have an open trials. Anyone, any background can go for these open trials, and then you just go through stages. So in other words, everyone has an equal chance of becoming. Because American, all they care about is winning. I think English, they don't. They kind of think more about, your friend. They think about your family. They think about the wrong things, and that's why they're never successful. I mean, the English national team, they had Alan Shearer, who's a great striker. I think he went something like a year and a half without scoring.
Yeah, about a year and a half.
It was crazy.
That was before Euro '96.
Yeah, and they had a plethora of strikers to choose from, but they stuck with him. Why? Because what he did, not what he's doing. That's where it can go unstuck. And my point to do with professionals or ex-pros was, you know what? They're busy people. They've been there, done it. Yeah. And a lot of them have come from professional football and gotten into their own businesses and whatnot. So a lot of times they're just not free for this type of football, or they've been in this structure of football for such a period of time that the reality is that they don't want that anymore. They just do it, it's a nice day. I feel like playing. They'll play some. I'm not talking all. And there's different levels of pros. There's the pros that, like your Gerrards, who never quit until they were like mid-30s. And then there was pros that they went out of the system from 22. You know what I'm saying? For whatever. Maybe it's injuries. Maybe it's even lifestyle. You know what I mean? So, or just maybe a club not appreciating the talent they had and just letting them go. It happens. You know what I'm saying? So for whatever reason, that will also determine what they're like in the vets football. Because if you've won Champions Leagues, for example, you're not really caring whether you win the Beckham Cup. You know what I'm saying? But for us now, us who haven't had that opportunity, we may think, damn, that's really a good thing. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, a trophy is a trophy. I treat a friendly, to be honest, like a serious game. So yeah, just wanted to clear that up. We move.
We move. Okay. And again, guys, if there's any questions that you kind of want to fire to myself or like Shugs, please feel free to pull it in the comment box. So today's show, let me kind of go back to the thumbnail. We'll be kind of talking about the Southern Vets Football League and what we'll be talking about. And again, you know, positives and like things that we like think, you know, and again, this is just our humble opinion, what like things we like think that can be improved. And again, you know, this is like a, you know, this is a platform for like everyone. And you know, I literally invite anyone to kind of come onto this platform and again either talk about the team or like talk about the league. Again, this is just our own opinion. So let's kind of start with the first point, the league structure. And when I'm talking about like the league structure, it's like, again, what like we like think the criteria is for like a team to like jump up a couple of it, you know, like a couple of like divisions or like a few divisions. You know, what like we think about the Division 2 structure, Division 1. And again, this is you know, just going to be an open and honest conversation. Shugs, I mean, what do you think? I mean, what's the kind of first thing that comes into your mind when, you know, when you're thinking about the criteria for a team to jump up a division or two?
I mean, this is the problem. We don't really know what the criteria is, because if the rules are, for example, I mean, let's say there's five divisions and a new team. If the rule is the new team starts in Division 5 and has to work them way up, then so be it. If you want a team, if you feel a team is too good for Division 5, or let's say for the bottom 3 divisions, I think as a ruling, it should still be Division 5. But if you romp it, like you kill it, you can jump up to Division 2. Like, if you're going to jump in, what I'm saying is there has to be a ruling that's consistent for everyone. So let's say a team is winning, let's say they're in Division 5 and they're winning 10-0 every game. Yeah. You obviously know that they're way ahead of what should be. So you could maybe jump them 2 divisions. I mean, the concept of jumping isn't new, but it should also come with a vote, or let other teams say, are we comfortable with that? Because some teams aren't comfortable. Some teams had to go from 5 to 1 if they've made it to 1. And they may not feel good if a team maybe enters 3rd or 2nd. Do you know what I mean? Like, why have you had the shortcut to success? Even though you are good enough, but what's the criteria?
Okay, so the things I know about this league, I know Wombell and I think Peckham Town at the time, they were in Division 5, and when they first formed, and like both of them literally just rocked that league, you know, almost double figures every single match, and they jumped from Division 5 all the way up to the 1st division. Like there was like, oh, we'll jump you up to Division 3 or Division 2. Yeah. It was straight to the top. Yeah. And again, please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm guessing. Yeah. Well, I'm guessing that they're looking at the results. They like probably know the manager from the opposition, and like, you know, literally maybe they're saying, look, like they've got players in that team, you know, and you know we could see it in our, you know, even in our like players' eyes, like it's just demoralizing, and they should just go straight up. And like maybe that's one of their criterias. It'd be quite interesting to see like the teams who were in Division 3 at the time battling to get into Division 2 to actually see how they felt about that kind of sudden jump. But the league got it right, because Wombell became like the team that literally won trophies after trophies. And you know, again, one of like the most decorated teams in the, actually probably the most decorated team in the, you know, Southern Vets. Probably closer now is a Charcoal team. They kind of started off in Division 2. That was when the COVID pandemic was literally at its kind of highest. Played not even up to 5-6 games, and then got jumped up into Division 1. And of course, people were looking, thinking, well, they've played half a season, and they weren't even top at the time, but they've jumped to Division 1. And again, fair play. They've literally proven themselves and said, okay, well, they've kind of come out winners. But again, what's the criteria for other teams jumping from Division 4 to Division 2? It's because again, nothing is said. We're kind of hearing this. I mean, to be honest, it's hearsay. We are kind of literally, taking it from players that we know, managers that we know. It's not clear. And literally, I think that's the kind of that's the kind of issue in terms of what we are kind of dealing with, right?
Yeah, of course. What was we were Charcoal, big up Nana. Yeah. What was Charcoal's position? What was their position, and what happened to the teams that were ahead of Charcoal?
So that was the first time Independent were in League 2 and Division 2. So I would have to go back and see. I'm not too sure if the results are still there, but I believe that they played about 5 or 6 games. Same as Independent. I think Independent lost a couple, Charcoal lost one. But I think what it is that they kind of got to 2 cup finals. That's the thing. So they kind of got to 2 cup finals in their maiden season. They kind of got to the Vets Cup final and the League Cup final. They kind of both, lost them both. But I mean, again, that's a good yardstick to actually see. Okay, well, this is our first season. Imagine what we can do in our second or third season. So again, I don't know what the conversations were. But I mean, again, it's, do you think that's fair to the other teams in Division 2?
I mean, I'd have to see I would have to see the table, but it's a sticky one, because the reality is, it's like, for example, and we're praying Everton go down to the Championship, yeah? Me and you are praying that Everton go down to the Championship. And I'll explain my point. Now, if Everton go into the Championship, people will assume that they will come straight back into the Premiership. Yeah, I'm just working this backwards, yeah? Now, the assumption would be that Everton would come straight back in. But in the Championship can be difficult. And they could get drawn by certain other teams that are well-versed in that division. It's total different football, and find they don't come back up. And find that they don't come back up immediately or anytime soon. It happened to teams like Sunderland, struggling. They went down, struggling to get back up. And so, coming to your question now, on the flip side, who's to say that Charcoal, because they're doing so well now, it's easy to say they would have won that division, blah, blah, blah. But the reality is, what if they had that scenario where they found it harder in a lower division and didn't come up? So is it fair? Well, at least one team would have been robbed a potential place. So it's a tough one, because I know that Charcoal have quality side, got quality players or quality setup. So you can't take away that fact, the fact that they are quality. So in that regards, they definitely warranted their place. And this, by the way, before anyone starts messaging, this isn't about Charcoal. Yeah, but they're just a great example.
Yeah,
they're just a great example. So we're using that example. It's not about Charcoal. Kudos to them. But yeah, the reality is, just because you perform, it's like certain teams in our division, they'll do better playing on pitches that are really nice and slick. Some teams will do better with it being like a rugby pitch. So let's say the top football is like the nice pitches, and the division below is like those rugby pitches. That's for you to get through those rugby pitches so you can play on those nice fields. So the reality is it fair? I would have. It's, as I said, it's hard because I didn't see where the divisions finished and how it finished and who was in contention. So it's really a lot of it just, you know what I mean, like speculative kind of a conversation, like if this and that, you know what I mean. They've kind of justified it because they've won. So that's the best way we can say it. They've justified going up because they've gone on and won. I don't think they've been beaten. So they've justified it. But in the same sense, if you push certain teams into the final, a lot of times they'll win. But is it right to push them into the final? So the same thing would be, is it right to promote a team just because they'll perform after the promotion? I think the league should have come out and been very clear on why they were promoted, just like other teams. Why? And that's the only way other teams can justify that. Because if it's very clear, then everyone knows, okay, this is the rule and this is why they make these decisions. Then it's less of a debate. It's more like, okay, fair enough. That's the rule. That's what it is.
I mean, how I see it, and again, on a kind of positive note, because again, like, it's kind of not even a negative, but I just want to also say, the Southern Vets Football League is one of the biggest vets leagues around, with 5 or 6 divisions, possibly even more, I like to believe. So you can imagine how many teams that they have to try and sift through, and again, what's the criteria, like, is it a sit down and like they kind of talk to the league in terms of what they're looking to do, their ambition. Again, like we're not in those conversations. It'd be great to actually film something like that. I mean, I kind of did something with the Southern Sunday where I actually filmed in terms of what it takes to actually enter into the Southern Sunday League. It'd be great to do something similar with the Southern Vets. Again, just to be transparent in terms of what the kind of conversations are. And again, they'll be attracting a lot more teams. I can imagine them probably setting up another league. And again, it's kind of very hard for the committee to even know the quality of players until the results come in. So it's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. But I mean, what like would you feel about Nana's coming? It's Charcoal have been slapping teams left, right, and center. They do deserve to be top division, especially winning with games to spare. I think the league committee have made the right call. Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, like
can't debate it because of what they've done.
Yeah, 100%. I think what it is, especially now. Of course, we can kind of say that now because they've like won the division outright, 100%. But I think at the time when like they were in Division 2 and they got moved up, it would have been nice for the league to say, look, we are looking to restructure like the whole leagues, and like these are the people who are going to come up. These are these are the people who are going to come down, and here's the reason why. Yep,
I totally agree with that.
Yeah, and then I said, "Oh, remember that." Yeah, so I'm saying like that's kind of what we said. Like they've not lost a game this season, but we're like talking about last season when like they were in Division 2. Like what was the reason for them to be in Division 1? And I think what like players and managers want is it's just clear communication. And this, do not get me wrong, they're like some players that just want to play football. They don't care what division they're in. And also managers as well. They don't really care. But like some like people do, and they kind of look at the table, they analyze a few things, and literally again, it's just that kind of communication, it's that dialogue. I don't know if like something was like said in the monthly meetings or the the kind of football committee meetings. I don't know, or like if there's an email or something. But again, we get our information second or even third hand. So again, this is something that I believe that the league can actually do better.
100%.
Just in general as well, and again, that's kind of up to our managers, or like the senior players to relay that information back to us. So yeah, it's just making sure that the kind of that lines are transparent, right?
Yeah. And just to go back again, it's not about charcoal.
Yeah.
We're just talking about the criteria. Like, we have to keep reiterating that, because people say, "Oh, what, you have a problem?" No, we don't. We really don't. You know what I mean? As Nana said, the right team, it's the right call because of what they've gone on to achieve. But there's a flip side, I could say, to that concept. Any team that goes into the first division will be able to attract, and this is in every level of football. If you go into the first division, you'll be able to attract a better quality of player. Let's say, for example, they didn't go up. I'm not saying this would have happened, but let's say they didn't go up, and let's say I don't fancy playing in lower divisions when so and so wants me to play in whatever team in the first division. You know, a lot of players will get attracted towards the higher division unless they have some kind of allegiance to the person either playing at the club they're currently at or managing the club they're currently at. Sometimes the allegiance will keep you there, but a lot of times, most times, it's the lure of higher football. That's why you'll find you'll have a quality player and he'll stay for a few games, few months, whatever, and then he'll leave because he wants to play at a higher level. He wants to be in and amongst it. And especially with this football now taking a more social media focus, it's kind of like you're living that high intensity Champions League of vets, and like vets are realizing, hold on a minute, we can have a good after football career. So why not play that at the highest level? If I want to, you know what I mean? Like, as you said, there will be just some that just want to kick a ball. I know guys that just want to kick a ball. They don't care. Yeah. But then there's others that, I still got something in my legs. I got something to offer the game. So therefore, I want to do it at the highest level. You can do that a lot easier if you're in the top division. So sometimes we have to look at it and say, well, if you push a team up, they can build a team that just romp and attract key players that can just take your team to that higher level. So it's food for thought. But well done to Charcoal. It's not about you. Well done.
And I keep forgetting that Nana's actually part of the committee. So literally Nana actually comes on as like part of the committee. And I keep forgetting that. And Nana's come back. The league committee assesses teams based on friendlies and other competitive performances prior to the season beginning. So we have enough info as to where to place new teams, just like they did with Independent. So Independent, Charcoal, and Catford. So okay, cool. Something I would like to see, especially kind of going into next season, and again, this kind of still kind of comes onto league structure. I would love to see a bigger league in Division 1, as it's the what do you call it now? It's the headliner league, and I think there are teams in Division 2 that are chomping at the bit to actually be involved, and it's can only right that those teams have that opportunity. And hey, you know what? Listen, I'm gonna say it. I think there's probably four like teams in Division 2 that can compete in Division 1, and and again bring that new energy into Division 1. It's literally about time something like that happens, because again, if you kind of want to be attracting like the best teams, the best players, you need a very competitive top league. You do. And I think even teams in Division 1 would even love that new injection of energy.
Sorry, teams. Who are the 4 teams that you would say?
Oh wow. Okay,
See,
so
the thing is, you put me on the block.
okay,
I'm
well,
flipping this.
okay, so I'd say Catford, Cray, Santos, Independent.
Catford, Craves. Okay. So the
100.
top three and Catford. Is that right?
Yeah,
Because Catford
yeah.
aren't fourth. I think they're fifth, right?
I think Catford the fourth or fifth. I'm not too sure, but I mean, again, let's be real. Like, I'd say those like four like teams, um, would 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 I say shake up the division? A
Make
little
it more
bit, yes.
competitive.
And I think a lot of the teams in the like top league will literally go into certain like games with that unknown factor, which is
Mm-hmm,
great.
mm-hmm,
And also vice versa. I think the teams in Div 2, like teams that I've mentioned, again, I think a lot of their players would actually love that challenge and would
mm-hmm,
step up to that challenge. Not only
mm-hmm.
the players, but I'm also talking about management as well. Because
Yep.
I've always said it's like not even about the players stepping up into that Division 1 status. It's about management stepping into that level as well.
I
There's, what I'm
agree.
saying. So, I think that's something that I think that the league should definitely think about in terms of a restructure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and again, yes, that will mean that a few teams from Division 3 and possibly Division 4 would probably have to move up into Division 2. But again, only the league know the teams who are playing well and who deserve that opportunity.
Fair play.
What do you
Fair
think of
play.
that?
I actually thought that it's funny that you actually made that comment because I was thinking, is it possible to have 4 divisions rather than 5? Because sometimes it's like you're stretching something out to make it more, but do you need 5 divisions?
Yeah,
I like
no,
I said,
no, you need 5, you need 6 divisions, because again, there are like people that just go out just for the
mhm,
fun of it, that just didn't need to get out of the house. Like, it's not always going to be on the competitive side at the
mhm.
top end. At the lower end, people need football for their mental health.
Yeah, of course,
Like,
100%.
Nana said that there's 7 divisions, so I can imagine
Oh,
from, as I'm
there you
saying,
go.
it's a big
Okay,
league. So from Division
okay.
7 to possibly Division 5, and again, I'm wrong to probably even categorize this, but I can imagine from Division 7 to Division 5, most of the players just want to get out, just to have, you know, some fun, mental
Get
health,
get away from the wife.
just get away from the wife, get away from kids, probably coming like back from a serious injury, low of confidence.
Hmm.
At this kind of present moment, again, the like the kind of highest suicide rate in the UK are men between 25 and 45.
Oh wow.
And that's a kind of very, very scary thought, because we're in that age range. So,
Hmm.
getting out and just kind of meeting people, kind of meeting other men, and literally not on, again, I'm not saying that you're gonna go out and literally talk to other like people about your problems, but that's how you and I met on a
Yeah,
on a
true.
on a football pitch.
True.
You know what I mean? So
When you smash me into the side, yeah, of the power league, yeah, damn near, damn near put me out for the season. But it's cool.
no, but
Okay.
so we do need those divisions. And again,
Yeah.
that's no
No,
disrespect
100%.
to those
I,
teams
by
or
the
those
way,
players, but
I
we
wasn't.
need
I
those
wasn't saying.
divisions.
Just to clarify, I wasn't saying get rid of teams. I was just saying, obviously, if you're making divisions bigger, then it reduces the amount of divisions you have. So it's not anything about getting rid of any teams at all. It's just, I don't know. In the first division, what, the 10 teams?
Let me have a quick
Might even be 9.
gander now,
Yeah.
since I'm on the site. I think there's 9.
Yeah.
9. Or am I making it up? There's 9 teams.
There you go.
No, tell a
And
lie. There's 8 teams, because Kudum folded. So there's 8 teams.
I swear 2 teams folded in that division. I swear.
It's only
Go on, none of
2.
will verify.
None will verify. And then in
Yeah.
Division 2, This is where it's different. There's 10 teams.
But this is what I'm saying.
So, it's it's kind of one of those things where, but yeah, but like committee have to kind of look at that. Or, they really have to look at that and really kind of reshuffle and like see exactly what's kind of right for the league to actually move forward. Because again, there's like going to be a lot more vets teams being made. There's going to be like a lot more teams that are going to be having B teams or 100%. Like even C or even D teams, even though I like, it is what it is. So, it's kind of one of those things that, the league have to look at. And again, it's very hard work. Listen, we're not doubting that. We're not doubting that, Nana. But like, again, we just have to voice what we see. And again, thank you for kind of coming on and like being transparent with your answers, because this is literally what we need. We need answers. Well, not answers, but we need communication. That's it.
Yeah.
Cool.
But to be honest with Nana, you said it's hard work. It's not impossible, or it's not achievable. We have faith in you, Nana.
We have faith.
Do the right thing. Do the right thing.
So before we move on to the next topic, please like and subscribe, and again share the video. Thank you to everyone that's tuning in. And the next topic, which I'll probably lead on, and again, Shugs, whenever you kind of want to interrupt me, please feel free, because literally I might get a little bit triggered. I get like a lot of texts to Reese, man, like he looked like he was triggered. I says, yeah, like, it's very hard for me to have a poker face. That's the kind of certain things that I just need to talk about. And the next thing I want to talk about is, I like the cups, and how, again, please, like Nana, please come in, is I want to know. Well, yes, I want to know. I can't speak for anyone else, but
I want to know.
I want to know first and foremost why we can only be entered in a couple of cups. Like, we can't be entered in all of like the cups. That's kind of one thing. But the biggest thing for me, the biggest thing, and again, we're talking about transparency here, and literally what it is. Yeah, let's be real. When the cup draw comes out, no matter who you play, how do we know that nothing's been rigged? I'll just say it, rigged. Yeah. We've been playing football for so long. We're so conditioned just to accept a certain fixture. We are conditioned to look at like how the table is kind of formatted and see, okay, we could play this team. It is one of these things. Yeah. The league works for us. We don't work for the league. The league works for us. We pay money to be part of the league. We pay money to enter these competitions. In this day and age of technology, with this day and age of live video streaming, with this day and age where you can set up you can set up a Twitter handle, you can set up an Instagram, whatever it is, and you can do a live draw for every single cup. Why is this not happening? Why is this not happening? And this has been the biggest thing for me, the biggest thing. We're not talking about it's got to be some sort of dramatic, flipping, entertaining, you guys can come onto this channel. You guys can come onto the amateur football channel. You guys can come and talk to me, the best grassroots centre-back in the UK. And we can draw out, I can literally just, what I'm saying? Like, we can do stuff. We can draw names out of a hat. You can set up a Twitter account. You can set up an Instagram account. You can do whatever you want, and everything can be, can be done. Nana, when you say too like many fixtures, bro, like, no, I'm not buying that. Sorry, I'm not buying that, because someone must be sitting down and doing it anyway.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, cool. There's too many fixtures, but like someone is writing something down or someone is picking up. Like, I'm not like where's the verification in this? Because the Summer Sunday have 10 divisions and they can do it. They can do it. Like, we are talking about now being like in a situation where we can have these conversations. Teams pay anything between 30 and 70 pounds to even enter a competition. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But again, you know, with the amount of money that's going through the like league, I'm sure something like this can be done. And that's my biggest bugbearer. Where's the transparency? Where is someone, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, where is someone who can verify, someone that's neutral, even if it's 2 or 3 people from Division 2 or Division 5 or whatever, and you take a picture at someone's house and say, we can verify that this draw is done legitimately. I'm saying, like, we are paying money. Like, Shugs, man, what do you think of it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much in agreement with you. I mean, don't get me wrong. First of all, I'm all about the league. I always want to win the league. This is how I've been from.
Shugs,
No,
no.
we're
I
gonna
don't
get
want
back.
to talk about the league. I don't want to talk about the
No,
league, right?
we're gonna get there. We're getting there. Give me. Let me roll with this. Yeah, I'm always about the league. So for me, I don't really care to a high degree how many cups I'm entered in. Yeah, the only kind of cups I would like is like the London Cup, because you get to play all the teams in London, and maybe the League Cup where you get to play maybe the best of the first and second and whatnot. So in regards to what I would like to play would be those. But those need to have transparency, because otherwise it's like, oh, we're pairing them up with them because this looks good, or we're giving this team some easy teams. And even the ones that get a bye, on what grounds did they get a bye? You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's a free slot, yeah, that still should be drawn. Who gets that free slot? Not, oh, you know what? Yeah. Oh, they were the most probably won anyway, so we'll just let them go. It doesn't go like that. Cup, anyone can beat anyone in a cup game. Trust me. I played in low division teams and we beat supposed higher division teams. Like you said, depends who you got in your team and how motivated you are for that particular time. So it definitely has to be transparent. The fact that we've got things like Instagram, it's just such an easy forum to get some officials, get some names, and just start. Do you know what I mean? All the teams will watch live. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. All of the teams will watch. All of the teams, or someone will literally want to share it on their group chat and what it is. And literally, I just want to clarify. I'm not accusing the Southern Vets of any skullduggery. I'm not, accusing them of rigging anything. Let me just clarify that now. However, we're living in a time now where we have people like Nana that's willing to come onto the show and literally talk openly as a kind of committee member about like certain things that are kind of going on. Why are we just so conditioned just to accept it? That's the thing. Like, we shouldn't be. You know, we actually be asking questions. If I'm giving you £50 or £70 and I'm not asking you what I'm gonna get for that £70, it's me that's the fool, isn't it?
Yeah, true.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's and yeah, going like back to your question a little, of course, like the league is the most important thing. Cool, okay, but we're still spending money. Like, it's still a bit of my 2, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I wasn't in disagreement to you. You know, it's just like, I actually think the fact that, like you said, we're paying and these type of things, it actually brings more intrigue and interest. People say 9 o'clock next Monday, the London Cup draw for the Vets or whatever. Now, all the teams gonna be live watching that stream just to see who they get. You'll have enough witnesses to say, okay, it was fair. You know what I'm saying? Or, damn, we got that. And, the idea of who we gonna play. maybe you're a new team and you're in division where you said 6 out of the 7, and you're thinking, who you get, and you say, I wouldn't mind a bit of LSU A or Charcoal play, and so we can see how far we are from them. And then you see it live. But let's say you don't do that live and you see them, then you think, bloody hell, have they just done a little dodgy one to give Charcoal and LSU a easy on paper game? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it makes you think, because you're saying you might have two teams from the same division fighting for the title that play each other in a cup. Let's say Santos and Independent get each other in the first round of a cup. And then you see another team that gets some 6th division team. And you think, how do we know that was honest? But like you said, it's not an accusation. It's just the fact of the matter. If you're going to do things, do it in a way that we all can be witness to it. Then it's fair. It's no different to when we watch a game being refereed. All we want to know is that that's the rules and that's how it's being refereed. Then we don't have complaints. We only have complaints when we say, but this guy did this, or this guy did that for this team, but didn't do it for our team. You know what I mean? What's going on? You know what I mean? So it's just about being consistent and transparent. No one will have a complaint, and it brings a lot of interest.
Yeah. Paul said the league are doing a good job. It's not. Listen, every single league committee member are doing this off their own back. They're not getting paid for this.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, again, I kind of tip off my hat anyone that's involved in like running a league. 100%. It's not easy. 100%. And again, now, you know, everyone's kind of got, you know, families and careers and whatnot. However, also as well, if you've kind of committed to like something, sometimes you can have to think, okay, how can we make this a better experience to the leagues and to the players and the clubs in the league? And again, it's just having that, you know, conversation, because we don't want I don't want to even use like the word dinosaurs, but like we don't want that dinosaur mentality where it's like, oh well, it's been like this for 20 years. We'll just continue because it's easier. Okay, yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's easier.
And you brought up a good point there. It's about getting with the times. Is it easy? No, we're not saying it's not easy, but if you create a structure, it becomes easier. Sometimes the structure is the hardest bit, but once it's in place, you know what I mean? It's like when you get a new manager that comes into your team and he starts telling you this and that. You don't understand until he gets the structure, until he puts everything in place, then things start to move. So it would definitely help the league if they had some kind of transparency regarding cup draws. 100%. And it would actually bring interest. There are many over 35s that aren't playing football that may play football if simple things were just put in place, because the interest starts to grow. People are like, wow, you know what, let me get out. Yeah, this looks exciting. You know what I mean? I know that there's certain friends that they've thrown away their football boots. They're done with it. Yeah. But if they start seeing these things, they say, you know what, I'm getting the bug again. Because we all got that little football bug in us. Especially like, how many times did you used to watch World Cups back in the day? And, you know, you watch your R9s, your Ronaldinhos. And after the World Cup, you want to go out on the grass and go kick. Or you go and buy your new football boots. I think, boy, this season's my season. That's what the interest does. When you do things right, and when it's like you're marketing, you're celebrating your league, your structure, how you do things, and it does draw people in. And that's what you want. You want to have the best leagues. You want to have it very competitive. And part and parcel of that is the structure. So having a visible draw, you know, we're not putting anyone down. We're not saying you're doing a crap job, but we have to say you could do it better, because, you know, some teams every season they may feel like, there you go, advertising. See, there you go. Some people may feel like, hold on a minute, the league don't like us. We're always getting hard draws. Why are we? I mean, when are we going to get an easy draw? Now it could just be that that's just the luck of the draw. It does happen. But
Yeah.
like I said, how do you know? How do we know?
We're just putting it out there, and again, exactly what Paul said. The league are doing an amazing job having seven functional leagues. So again, we're just here just to kind of say our bit and to see how like things, from our own perspective, how like things can like possibly be tweaked. And again, hey, this is like the show for that. Shugs, I wanna kind of ask you a question, because since you've asked me a couple of questions,
make it easy, because you don't start throwing it down the personal. Don't put it down the personal line. Let's see.
We've kind of done exactly what we're going to do. So
there's one bit we didn't bring up, but I'll wait for your question. But there's something we didn't address. But let's see what you got.
Okay. Well, let's like talk about what you want to address first.
Okay. Well, we were talking about a freeway title chase, and there was a big result last week, and we didn't discuss it. It was a very big result, and
hold on. The question is, Shugs, who killed Tupac? Jesus Christ!
Snitching isn't the way to live, my friend. It's not a good way. It's not a good way to live, to be a snitch. So, but yeah, we move.
It's probably Will Smith, man. Nah,
no, he ain't got it's most probably Jada, if you're really gonna go there. You know what I'm saying? But the big result was Cray. They drew with Norwood Lakers, and I think I said last week that Norwood Lakers, that they've got something there, but they've got a lot of work to do. And last week's result was testament, one, of a competitive league, and two, that you can't take anyone for granted. And I know I spoke about their striker, Norwood Lakers, but I don't know if you remember their keeper. He was saving some. He saved a lot, he had all the little naughty tricks as well, where rolling, catching the ball and rolling down. And I remember he had this phantom injury. I think, well, we call it a phantom injury. He was rolling all around, but then he would get up with a smile in his face. And I said, you know what? You're a smart man. That's how you want. You're not one of these keepers where you're holding on for a 1-0 result or a goal up result, and they're out there throwing or kicking the ball up high. And you say, what are you doing? Slow it down. So that actually showed that, I don't know how they did it, but they obviously kept them at bay. The mighty Cray. They kept the mighty Cray at bay, and made it another twist to the title chase. Now, there may be another title twist, because this weekend we'll have some important games. But the reality is, it's like, you just don't know. You just don't know. And it's really coming down to the point of who really wants it the most is going to win it. Like, you can't really call. Right now, it's advantage to Independent and Santos. But anything can change week to week. Like, who knows? But Norwood Lakers, you've done a great job. You've done a great job. Like, I have to kudos to you. Maybe you watched the show and said, you know what? We're going to show people. You know what I mean? Like, they most of them watched the show. And they thought, hold on a minute. People weren't giving us the respect. They weren't putting no respect on the name. So, on our name. So, this week, we have to put respect on your name. Do you remember what the score was? I think it was 2-2.
2-2? Was it 2-2?
I think it was 2-2.
Let me have a quick gander through. 2-2. 2-2.
Yeah, there you go. So there you go. Like, they kept them at bay, and well done. Sorry, you were gonna ask me a question.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you a question. How you again? You can ask me last week if I was fit, and I answered it. And I want to ask you the question. do you think your goal return this season has been good enough for you?
Goal return. I haven't scored. So it's never good enough. I haven't scored for Independent. I've scored elsewhere, but that's another story. I'll tell you something about me. I'm very critical, self-critical about me. And I'm one of those people that will look at everything I've done wrong and assess it. If I score a hat trick, I'll still look at what stopped me from getting 4 or 5 goals. That's just me. A missed pass. I have so much belief in my ability, whether it be on my right or my left foot, that if I don't get it right, I'm thinking, how can I get it right? Or you should do better, you know? So if someone was to say, I did something badly, I would most probably say it first. Before they've actually said it, I would have said it to myself first. Man, why don't you do this right? Why don't you time this better? Or how comes your first touch? My goal return, yeah, I haven't scored for Independence. So for me, it's disgusting.
No, you've scored. Okay, well, in a competitive game.
Oh, we don't count friendlies and all that, man. Come on. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I only count what matters. What I will say is put me in a competitive game and give me 2 chances, I'll score 1. Good chances, not one of those speculative. Good chance I'll score. I just got that to be honest, you got to have that confidence in yourself. I have that confidence in myself. I'm always ready to play. I come from a killer background, as in we live and die by our word. We live and die by it. So I don't have a problem people critiquing me. I don't mind people telling me what I've done wrong. But at the same time, I'll never go into a game not believing I'm going to score. You know? So yeah, that was a very deep question. And you definitely blindsided me on that one.
Again, this is live, isn't it? Paul said you've like still got a part to play this season.
Thank you. And I intend on scoring this season for Independent. So
you have to. Like you got.
Yeah. And to be honest, by the way, I get a lot of joy out of assists. Slightly more in goals, but assists. If I see someone in a better place, I'll always pass it to them. Always. Unless they missed five chances, or then maybe I wouldn't. But no. But yeah, so yeah, that's you definitely put me on the spot there. But yeah, my goal returns isn't good enough. You should ask me, do I expect to score? Yes, I always expect to score. Always ready. Sometimes people don't realize in me that my expressions sometimes let me down. I can have expression. I mean, like you can watch me and I'm just look like I'm not involved, or I'm not interested, or I'm just upset. But when I see that ball, it's like magic. I enjoy it. I just want it. I come alive. So I always believe I can do something with the ball. Even if it doesn't come off, I believe it will come off. It's just about self-belief. And that's just the way, it's just the way I've been brought up. So, and I've always fought against the odds. So I don't ever believe anything is given to me. And I don't expect anything to be given to me. Even if it is given to me, I don't expect it to be given to me. So I'm just humble, you know.
So do you think, in a positive way, that you play with a chip on your shoulder?
Not always. Not always. Depends on the circumstance. I wouldn't say I do, but sometimes when I'm angry, I'm better. Because when I'm angry, it's funny, like people think I've lost my head. I haven't. I still see the play, how it, you know, my players running, the movements. the opportunities when I'm angry. You know what I'm saying? I think if I'm in a team, and this isn't related to independent. If I'm in a team where, let's say, I'm angry and they're trying to calm me down, that more irritating to me than them just saying, "Let's go." So I actually play off of that fire. But you know, once I'm in my rhythm, I always feel like I'm gonna do something great in the game. But hey, we'll see.
Okay. Okay. No.
So I've got to start finding hard questions for you because
I,
I was easy with you last week. What
no,
if
listen,
I asked if
hold
you're
on, no,
fit?
hold on.
You
You
go on.
asked me if I was fit. Like again,
Um,
that's a like that's gonna be the narrative for the whole.
no, wait. Can I just add to that? I said you don't have to answer this if you don't want to. I just wanted to
You
know:
can't.
are you fit?
You can't ask me. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. However, are you fit?
To be fair,
I'm gonna answer the
I saw a
question.
little. I saw a little. What's it? Charity game.
Oh yeah.
You know. Are you gonna let the world know more about this charity game that you played?
I just played a charity game. I played 45 minutes last week Sunday.
Yeah.
Came
What was
through
the
it
score
okay.
when you came on?
So we were 3-0 down. When I came on, we drew 4-4. Not saying that it was me that changed the dynamics of the games. I'm just saying that's what players and
See,
and the
now you're
opposition
trying to
said.
be humble. What did the players say after the game?
They just said like Walter Breeze, like, you changed the game. They literally said I changed the game from centre back.
Speak with your chest, man. Speak with the chest.
No, but again, it's a team game.
I
But I mean,
agree.
again, you know what? Sometimes, and again, this is sometimes if you come on as a sub, and if you're very self-aware, if you kind of know exactly what is going on and literally what you can do to like change the outcome of a game, or possibly, then sometimes it's beneficial to come on as a sub, because again, you know exactly what you have to do. When you're playing, when you're starting, you're just so in the zone.
But could I just counter that? Because I've watched many a player on the bench, and you're right. If you're watching the game, what you're really watching, apart from watching your team's performance, as in how well they're doing, maybe you're cheering your team on, which we've both done. You're looking at your position, or as in, what could you do that they're not doing at this moment in time? And especially what our management saying that they're irritated with, that's not happening. That's when you will say, okay, when I come on, I've got to tick those boxes of what managers had an issue with. So managers can, so you basically fill in the void for what wasn't there. And that can happen at any time. But I've seen on benches where guys are like, if I'm not playing, I'm not interested in that game. I'm not watching that game. And they kind of come on with that attitude of, I'm just going to do me. I've not paid attention to what. So they actually end up coming on and doing the same mistakes, if not worse mistakes, than the one before. Now, what you're saying is how it should be, and most probably what you did. So you're actually taken away from your own credibility, that you would assume that's what everyone does. Not everyone does. I've seen footballers, they pay no attention because as far as they're concerned, it's about them. And you said it's a team game. Not every footballer sees it as a team game.
Well, if they don't, then when they're playing the wrong sport. It's as simple as that.
I totally agree.
You know,
totally
and again, that the most successful teams from elite all the way to grassroots will always have a very competitive and vibrant squad. Yes, there's going to be some people who are going to be unhappy with the game time or the position that they play, but you know, the season is a long season, and that's with league and with cup draws and with injuries and with, you know, other like types of commitments. And the only thing I can do personally, again, I just know exactly what I have to do. I kind of, and that's why sometimes I like to take the flag at the beginning of the game, because then that's when I'm at the most, that's literally when I'm fresh. So literally I'm doing at the line, and again I'm kind of giving away like a bit of a secret here. It is what it is. But again, I'm kind of looking on how the opposition play, how we're playing, and again I'm fresh. So literally my kind of mind is like tuned to a game. If I probably do it in the second half, probably my concentration won't be as kind of with it. And again, I could probably lose a few things. And again, I would just advise anyone from grassroots, from the ages of 9 all the way to 45, 50, 60, whatever it is just pay attention to the game. You are like there for a reason. There's like no point going to a game and moaning and
I love the way you just bought me.
Hey, the man's killed me, The man's killed me. So Paul is already saying where my position is going to be. Paul is already saying what.
Well, at least you won't need a warm up.
This guy.
I'm sorry. It's all love.
This guy. But I mean, again, I just want to say, Leah, if like you can, just kind of concentrate on the game as much as you possibly can. Yes, it's hard, and yes, your kind of own emotions will kind of come into the game and like whatnot. But I can always take my football seriously. If I'm going to a game for the whole day, what's the point of me moaning about it? Let me kind of be there and just help the team. And again, let me just kind of say as well, I'm not saying that I'm happy being like on the bench all the time, or literally my game time. Literally, I'm not skipping home thinking, oh yeah, like I've just did it. No, like it's not like that. So, but and also as well that
be honest, everything counts. Everything counts. If we're on the bench, we're looking what we can bring to the team, but we're also encouraging the team.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like a player can be in my position. I still want the person in my position to do well. Lucky for me, I can play numerous positions, but I want everyone to do well. I've heard many a positive word from you, so it's all part and parcel of being in a football team. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you should see everyone on that pitch in the squad as your family. Obviously, families have ups and downs. I'll be lying if I told you I've never argued with any of my siblings. Tell you that I have. So, what's the difference with arguing your teammate or having a fallout? It's natural. It's emotion. We all want to do well. No one goes on that pitch wanting to do badly. So of course we push them on. As I said before, my job is to keep the other lads on their toes. And you heard me speak with confidence. Some people may say, if he's that confident, why the hell isn't he playing? Or why isn't he doing whatever? It's football. There's no guarantees in football. It's a team game.
Actually, it's funny enough. Literally, Paul is just kind of ignited a question. I've just thought of a question, and with the kind of levels that you've played at, and even at grassroots at vets level, like no matter teams that you've played for, what's your opinion about naming a starting 11, or let's say the starting like a squad the night before a game? What is your opinion about that?
Well, in a semi-pro, I'll speak from when I was at Bromley. You would go training Tuesday, Thursdays, but if you had a match on Wednesday, you wouldn't go Thursday. And Tuesday would be light. let's say we're working towards a Saturday game. By Thursday, they would have named the squad. So let's say we had a squad of
19.
20. Yeah, right. Yeah, 19. Yeah. They would have named the squad of, back then it would have been about 15, I think. A bit more now, about 16 or 17 now. They would have named, it would be on the board. So when you finish training, you look, see if your name's on. If your name's not on there, boy, you just come back training next week. And that was it. Or you could come to the games, but we were young, so some of the games you wouldn't be able to. It's just too far.
Yeah,
it just didn't make sense. And then to name in the team, soon as you went into the change room, everything would be written down already, and so players knew. I remember I played at Red Hill, and they had it all written. You walked in the change room, everyone's kits, play style, and everything, and you go in, you see, I'm starting today, Then maybe, let's say you hadn't started the last game. You see the thing, then the manager come and have a little private word with you of why you're in the team and what they expect from you. You go out, like you have a little team, the team talk, initial team talk. Then you go out, you get ready, you go out, and you warm up, come back in, have the final team talk. I'm out there. Naming the team should always be done immediately, in my opinion. This is my opinion.
What do you mean immediately?
Right. All right. Let's say me and you meet up. We're going into our club set up. We know.
I'm just talking about grassroots level. Like, I'm talking about grassroots level now. I'm talking about
I think, all right. Grassroots level. From everyone's in the change room, name the team. Before you go out for your warm up, I think the team should be named, and then the warm up in the main warm up everyone does together, and then you break it down. So maybe you want the defenders to do a specific warm up that relates to how you want them to defend and who goes, who stays, who shuffles across. You know what I mean? Like, football's an easy game, but it's a technical game as well. And you'll find there'll be skillful players that don't actually understand the game of football and positioning. They don't understand why a person tells you drop in here or curve your run. They don't understand these terminologies. And fair enough, maybe you haven't played at a level to understand it. You weren't taught it. So if you're not taught it, you can't. It's like going into a job and you never got trained, and the man saying, "How comes you don't know this? You haven't trained me." So football, there is a certain way you go about structuring a match, preparation for a match, and
So what you're saying is that the starting 11 should warm up, or the whole squad should warm up.
Initially, the whole team should warm up.
The whole team, and
then you can fracture it off. It's definitely, especially when you start doing the drills. Technically, the drills should be, let's say, where you're doing one touch football or two touch. You start putting the team that's going to be playing against more of the subs. It's not like you're building a team ready for a match. So you want them to kind of be ready. You want certain people to know who they're meant to pass to. You're watching a match and players are not ready or don't understand what they're meant to be doing in regards to who should be getting the ball. I mean, you set up a midfield, and the midfield will always generally have a combination of footballers. One that's the workhorse, the Kante type of footballer, clears up the mess, and then you get more the Thiago type of player that he can get dug in.
So Paul said, I disagree with that. He's talking about the pro warm-up.
I wouldn't say that, because there's different levels of football that I play. I understand what he's saying.
I understand what he's saying, because it's in a kind of, in a kind of ideal situation, we would all tail off and do different warm-ups for different positions. But also as well, I do take what you're saying in terms of the starting 11 should know who's starting before they even start getting changed, because then that's literally where a lot of the players get into that mindset.
There you go. Yeah. That's it. But it's opinions. Like I said, you're asking my opinion. To be honest, you're catching me off cuff today, because I'm like, damn, you're asking me some questions. I'm not prepared for this, by the way. So just so people know this,
I've had a few drinks, so
this guy's had a few drinks and he just thrown me right under the bus, but I don't get run over, so it's all right. But it's opinions. Everyone does it differently.
Oh.
Because I've always played team sport, adjusting is not a problem for me. Maybe if I was playing tennis all my life and then I said, I've always been good at football, so I'll play a bit of football. And maybe some things that people do, certain warm-ups, certain things, certain decisions would bother me. It doesn't bother me. I'm talking about what I'm used to. So there is no right and wrong in the case to what I'm used to as to what other people are used to. That's why some people find it hard to adjust, because they're used to a certain way. And once they find a new way, they're like, no, this don't work for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, it's about winning matches. So how you go about doing that, as long as it gets it done, you know what I mean? There's teams out there that don't warm up and they win games. Not many, but there are teams out there, you know?
Okay, Tabrice, you're always, Jesus Christ, that is a Will Smith slap. Tabrice, you're always a sub. How would you feel being pushed away to warm up with the other subs? You know what? The Goslin's truth.
I didn't mean it. Wait. Can I just say something? I didn't mean it like subs fee. Like, let's say, for example, you're doing a drill with one touch and all that. You get the team that's playing in that drill against the subs and all that. So it's not like you're doing warm up here and they're doing warm up there. You're still warming up together, but they're doing different things.
I think.
But anyway, go back.
Yeah, I mean, point. Like how I see it, there's the general warm up. Cool. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think every player should kind of go through that. But literally, when you're as you said before, when you're kind of breaking away into do, like one touch, two touch stuff and like whatnot, the like starting 11 have to go away and literally do like something amongst themselves, because like how I see it, and again, I'm not saying no, literally, I'm gonna say like the pros are like the yardstick, and I keep saying like the yardstick in terms of how they like prepare for games. It's only the starting 11 that actually prepare a warm up and actually do like certain things. But like subs go and actually do their own warm up. It may be exactly the same as the first team. I mean, as in like the first 11, but but the subs are literally doing their own warm up. And hey, okay, we're like talking vets, we're talking Sunday league, we're talking Saturday league. Would that create some sort of divide? Possibly, 100%.
It wouldn't for me. If I was a sub and I was to warm up with subs, well, I know I'm a sub.
Yeah.
So
well, that's the thing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know I'm a sub, so and I know like the starting 11 need to get that harmony and that kind of connection, more so than the subs, because sometimes warming up as a sub and you're kind of sweating and you're kind of getting everything together, and then going to sit down for 45 minutes, half an hour, that's probably the worst thing that a sub can do. Like 100%. It's the starting 11 that need to be almost kind of out of breath, that kind of that really needs their sweat on, and like sometimes less is more. Having 18, 19 man trying to do one touch, two touch passing is too much. It's no one's really kind of putting like anything in. So but for like me, I'd be kind of fine with it, because it is what it is. You know, it's isn't it?
My thing is, when I get on the pitch, I'm gonna do my thing.
Yeah,
that's us. That's
100%.
it. So
100%.
you know what I mean. But at the end of the day, it's opinions.
Yeah,
and everyone should have an opinion.
yeah.
Everyone should have an opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd be worried if people didn't have an opinion still. So
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, Tariq, you need to calm
Nice.
down with some of these questions, man.
Yeah,
You're killing me out there.
well, you know, we are kind of going on, you know, to an hour and a half, and literally, I think it's only right that we kind of stop it here because you know we are both in the squad for tomorrow's game against Wallenham away. It's going to be
you need to go drink some water now, don't you?
Listen, I'm all right. You know, again,
that vodka.
I'm ready. I am.
That's all I want to hear. That's all you want. That's all we want to hear. You're ready.
You know what someone said to me today? I'm not gonna say the person's name. Someone said to me, "Are you ready for tomorrow?" And I said to this person, "How can I be ready for tomorrow when tomorrow's not come? I can't be ready from yesterday because yesterday's the past. So I only know the feeling that I had yesterday. I'm ready at this present moment in time.
So tomorrow you may not be ready.
Tomorrow's another day.
Damn.
Tomorrow's another feeling.
Start calling you the poet. The poet. It's bit poetry, isn't it? That's it, man. But that's, to be honest, you could call it poetry or that's just drink talk. But we won't go in. We won't go in.
Oh dear, guys! Honestly, thank you for like watching. Please like and subscribe. Shugs, how can they find you?
Man, you see the IG, so sugar_TV. That's the best way. As I said, DM me if you want to discuss anything. If ready to take the flag, yeah, you be ready. Yeah, you hear that? So warm up that arm. Well, you're left-handed or right-handed?
No, I'm right.
That's it, man. Hold that right strong, man. Them sips are gonna be hench for the summer, you know. Hench. No, I'm sorry, I just had to go there. Yeah, you can get me on IG message. Don't take anything personal, but by all means, ask me any questions. What do you mean on anything? It's all love out here. At the end of the day, all we want is a competitive game that we all love. Simple as that.
Hold on, and bring a bottle. What does that mean?
Means that you didn't bring your bottle when you was meant to for your birthday. I'm just putting it out there. That's what I'm the interpreter. That's what I'm there. I'm just telling you what.
You know what? Shall I tell you what I'm gonna bring? I'm gonna bring donuts. I'm gonna bring sweets. How about that?
Sweets.
Why is it always drink?
I mean, I'm cool because I'm not an alcoholic like the rest of our team, to be honest. But
there's true in it. Jesus. Actually, how many birthdays were they this week? There's about 3 or 4 bottles to like tomorrow.
Yeah, there's a lot of birthdays around this period of time.
There's a lot of birthdays.
Yeah.
So literally, I think Independent are going to be opening their own bar off license.
Question.
Do not come tomorrow if I'm bringing sweet.
Wow. Wow. No, to be fair, that is a bit disrespectful though, to bring grown-ass men sweets.
Oh, hold on. What disrespectful? Why is it disrespectful?
Because sweets and grown-ass men don't go together.
Yeah, but there's some people that don't drink.
Well, then that's different. Now, if you said no, it's different, but sweets, not too much sweets ain't good for you. So there's a pro and con for everything. I'm just saying, like, it's a team game, and the team have decided that the way they do things is you bring bottles. And apparently it's always name brands.
Apparently. See?
Apparently. The reason why I say apparently is when we had that cup game, I'm not going to say who against, but in recent time, someone brought some, I don't know what it was, but it was like diluted rum. You know what I mean? It wasn't quite right. I've never seen the name of that rum before. I know exactly who brought it, by the way. I'm not naming their names.
Wow. Oh, okay, but like, what? So it tasted different.
It tasted like you'd put water in rum.
Okay, so you had it straight.
Well, if you put a chaser in that, you might as well have a soft drink. I'm telling you, yo, that weren't strong. Man told me don't bother put no chaser in there. I drank it. I thought, okay, you're right.
I want to know who this person is.
All I'm gonna say is he's left-footed. That's all I'm telling you. There's not many of them in our team. I'm not gonna tell you anything more.
What was the team that we played?
You can work it out. You're a smart man.
Left-footed. There's not a lot of us.
Exactly. So now you're on the right track, and you also know one left-footed person's birthday was recent.
Nah.
Don't name out a name. Yeah, him.
No. It can't be him.
That's it, man. I thought I was drinking some shandy, some off shandy or something.
No, it can't be. No, it can't be. It can't be.
It was. Well, that's what I was told anyway.
Anyway,
That's it, man.
Yeah.
Man told you don't turn up unless you bring. If you bring sweets, you know what I mean. Don't do it.
Well, I mean, again, let's like see how I feel tomorrow. But hey, honestly, guys, thank you like so much for like listening. And again, you know, everything that we've spoken about is open. Again, like this is like just our own opinion. Please feel free to contact myself or like Shugs. And again, we can welcome anyone onto this channel. Just to let you know that I've got a show coming up on Sunday where we'll be talking about Vets football. Again, it's a show strictly about Vets. The results tomorrow and where Vets football's going, certain things that we can do. And again, it's I said moonshine.
See, now anyone that says that is a proper vet. That's a proper vet.
Oh, jeez.
Them
moonshine, you know. Oh, yeah, dear. Oh, it's funny.
Them things will put your body to rest in these days.
It's funny.
You know what I'm saying?
It's funny. But I mean, hey, like, yeah. So yeah, I've got a show Sunday from 8 until 9:30. Please feel free to come on. Shugs, again, thank you so much for coming on as normal.
My pleasure.
And yeah, you know, have a good night's rest, ready to make a difference tomorrow.
Always.
Guys, thank you guys for like watching. We will see you hopefully next week, Friday. Again, please like and subscribe. Have an amazing evening, guys.